The founders would never have declared independence without, as the Declaration put it, the consent of the governed, or at least enough of them. Even after blood was shed at Lexington and Concord, few Americans desired separation from Britain. And the case for independence spread through the social medium of that day, pamphlets.
Print media definitely turns the tide of the revolution.
Emily Sneff is an historian of the Declaration of Independence.
You have newspapers that are printed usually on a weekly basis. You have broadsides that are posted up on buildings. And then you also have pamphlets, and you could even bind your pamphlets into a book. We can't assume that everyone is reading all of these printed things. Literacy rates are okay in the urban centers, but we have to assume that other people, indentured servants, the poor, the enslaved, would be hearing this information, but they wouldn't be engaging with the printed material as deeply as say the men in the Continental Congress would be.
In January of 1776, an anonymous 47-page pamphlet appears in Philadelphia, urging a radical idea: independence. The author is a grammar school dropout from a small town in England, a former tax collector, and a failure at most of the jobs he tried, Thomas Paine.
He gets a letter of introduction from Ben Franklin and sails for Philadelphia. So he arrives here as someone very interested in what's happening in the colonies.
Paine finds work at a magazine, finally a job at which he excels. And in language clear to the average American, he writes a pamphlet with the straightforward title, Common Sense.
All of a sudden, common sense is shorthand for support of independence. And that's why it's called Common Sense, because it was supposed to present a very logical argument that the time had come, that independence was not only possible, but inevitable.
Common Sense goes viral. In a matter of months, printers sell tens of thousands of copies. Per capita, it remains today the bestseller in American history, and it's still in print.
Common Sense did sell more than any other pamphlet by far. Everyone's talking about it.
It spread throughout the 13 colonies. Those who couldn't afford a copy could hear it read in taverns and meeting houses.
So it really dominates conversation, and that means that it stretches beyond just the literate people who could purchase the pamphlet to the entire community. Everyone knows about Common Sense, even if they aren't able to read it.
The momentous words, free and independent states, in the final lines of Common Sense, also will appear in the final lines of the Declaration, capital letters and all. The Continental Congress declares independence, and a rebellion becomes a revolution.